keeping kids out of school. Federal survey of public schools shows only about half of U.S. government-run schools are open at this time. Joining me now to discuss is Director of the American Center for Education and Knowledge, former National Director of Catholic Engagement for the RNC and current RNC Vice Chair for its Rules Committee, Jay Shepard. He's got a long business card too, folks. Jay, we know that teachers' unions now colluding to write policy for the Biden administration. Now that parents see that Biden's top priority is the union, not their children, do you think this will awaken even more parents to start looking toward homeschooling or private education?
I think so. I think it's really important to point out that, we talk about parochial schools and sometimes we call them private schools. But Catholic schools are really public schools. They're just not government-run schools. So there's a lot of options out there for parents to do what's right for their children every day and get them educated in a way that makes sense, that teaches them the right principles that we're tending to move away from in some of the government schools. One of the exciting things for me, however, with this report about the unions being involved is one of the biggest questions I'm asked everywhere I go is, who is really in charge in Washington? Who's pulling the strings? Well, I think maybe we're starting to get a feel for who's pulling the strings and behind President Biden, and that's the unions. He talked about it in every campaign he's ever been involved in. I was a union man, and they're trying to unionize the entire country, and they're kind of leaking it out now, who's really running this country.
Well, don't these unscientific lockdowns make the case for school choice in America? I mean, for the first time, a lot of these parents have been given an up-close and personal demonstration that the arrogant teachers' unions and these educrats, they run your life. You don't tell us what to do. And a lot of parents are waking up to this idea that these government employees are really arrogant and telling them what's what, instead of the parents being the customers and telling these government employees what's really going on. What do you think?
We really need to get back to our school boards and talk to the school boards and say, who's really in charge here? They always come to us asking for more and more funding, and they always answer it the same way. Oh, but it's about the children. We need to put more money into the system for the children. When in reality, it's really the unions that are telling the teachers, and most teachers do a great job out there, and they try to do the best they can, but they're under tremendous pressure from the union to do what the union wants. It might be the right time, and maybe we're awakening as a society, that school choice and school vouchers are the right way to go, that children are getting a much better education. They're in school, in private schools and in parochial schools, that it makes a difference. And we're in the process of dumbing down our students, critical race theory going on in the schools, which is basically a race to the bottom. We need to do something, and hopefully all of this meddling by the union is going to be pointed out, and we'll finally be able to advance school choice in the places where it is most needed.
Yeah, no kidding. Maybe their arrogance may finally be their undoing. Catholic bishops are pondering withholding Holy Communion from fake Catholics like Biden, Pelosi, Kerry. As a practicing Catholic, I say, well, it's about time. What do you say?
Well, as a practicing Catholic, I agree with you. And I don't want anybody to tell me I'm a devout Catholic, because, we're all practicing Catholics and we're all sinners and trying to do the best we can. But there's public sin, and there's being addicted to the sin of abortion that these Catholic leaders are supporting and giving money to and encouraging everywhere they go. And there's a big difference about having a private belief on something and questioning. But these people are out there promoting it, raising money from it, getting elected from it, and using the Catholic Church to be a political benefit to them. I'm so happy and proud that some of these U.S. bishops are stepping forward. I wish they had done it before the election, but there's never a bad time to do things that are better.
Yeah, and you know what? Joe Biden's even taking it a step further. He doesn't want to just be a cheerleader for abortion. He wants to use his power in the White House to make us all complicit in his sin. He wants to take taxpayer money and make us all participants against our will in the sin of abortion. And I think that's just disgraceful. And thank goodness some of these Catholic bishops are finally starting to stand up. Jay Shepard, always great talking to you.